Hello everybody, welcome to the video, and in this video I just want to be brutally honest with you. Everybody in the West seems to be obsessed with everything Japanese, samurais and anime, manga, and I'm as usual different from everybody else. And I want to talk to you about that and how I share a certain love with everything Chinese mythology and the Chinese history. So let's talk about everything Chinese that you probably forgot and you probably should know. Alright, first of all, now something that truly bothers me is how everybody's obsessed with Japanese swords, and everybody seems to have forgotten Chinese swords. I love Chinese swords, they look so damn cool, and that's basically it. I'm gonna be truthful. I think Chinese swords look really cool. Are they practical? Are they better? I have no idea. But do I love how they look? I love how Chinese swords look. They look amazing. I would definitely love a Chinese sword collection. But people like Jet Li, Jackie Chan, and the legend himself, Bruce Lee, came out of China. You know, and a really crazy thing is that I follow the saying that Bruce Lee says that he says, be like water. I am a very deep water elemental, and I thrive to be like water, and I am like water. It is my way, the way. So water and me really have a harmonious connection. But besides that, there's amazing movies like, do you guys remember Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon? Amazing movie. Also based on China. You know, a lot of people forget how much the Chinese have actually contributed to Hollywood, like the movie Mulan and Monkey King movies and all these amazing movies we used to see while we were growing up. Like, I've always been fascinated with everything Chinese. Chinese dragons have really been a big part of my life. I have a shrine of a Chinese dragon, which I think I became adopted by the Chinese dragon. I adopted it and it adopted me around when I was 15. And the dragon has forever been a part of my life, and I have seen with my own eyes and experienced how the Chinese dragon has brought to my life good fortune and wealth and abundance. And I truly believe I am blessed by the Chinese dragon, specifically the Chinese dragon. I have Chinese dragon tattoos, and that is truly my spirit animal. If there's a spirit animal that I feel connected to, it is the Chinese dragon. It's a part of my life. It's been a part of my life for more than half of my life. It appeared in my life and it's always been there for me, and I still have it with me to this day. I really believe in the Chinese good luck. I celebrate Chinese New Year's, and I believe in their ways of good luck because they have proven to be successful in my life. I truly believe in everything that has to do with good luck in their way. I love Chinese mythology. The Chinese mythology with the whole thing about the Chinese mythology. Just so you know, the Monkey King is part of the Chinese mythology, and that's an amazing story. There's a movie about it called Journey to the West. The Chinese mythology with the clouds and the Wu warriors and all this, I've always been so fascinated. I've always been so fascinated with their mythology, with their style. Is so unique. It's so unique. It's like I've always been deeply in love with their mythology. I recently saw an updated movie of the story of the snakes, the white snake and the green snake. Amazing story, and they did a CGI adaptation of it, which is freaking amazing. I recommend it. I think it's on Netflix. Like, their mythology and their mythological creatures are simply amazing to me, and they seem to be forgotten in normal media. You know, they have this little that you should never forget, the most amazing mythological creature in the Chinese, which to me is the Chinese vampire. And the Chinese vampire, I don't know what it is, but the Chinese vampire to me is fascinating. The whole design of it, I think it's actually scarier than the European vampires. I really think it has a more menacing and more awesome look to it. It's been throughout our culture and pop history forever, but people seem to forget these things, you know? Another thing is that they believe in the yin and yang, that this whole balance between light and darkness, good and evil, which I truly agree with. That's basically how I see this duality world we live in. But enough about that. Down to the core, they have amazing things like my favorite food, Peking duck. I love Peking duck. You see, the Chinese, I feel like the Chinese have a lot in common with us. I'm Puerto Rican, but I live in America, and I feel like the Chinese have so much more in common with us, especially the fact that they like pork instead of everything fish. They like pork, and I love Peking duck. Peking duck is like my favorite, one of my favorite foods. I just love it. And I think not only the way they eat, but also the way they live. You know, there's a lot of places like we live in America that are pretty damn ghetto, and you see that a lot in China as well. That's the truth. They're kind of like us. They're the Asian us, basically, and I truly believe that. On the other hand, you have the wealthy Chinese, which, by the way, there's this amazing TV show that I've really become a fan of called Bling Empire on Netflix. Also, no, this is not Netflix sponsored. I'm not sponsored. I'm just saying there's a lot of cool stuff about Chinese in Netflix. But Bling Empire, I started seeing the show just to give it a chance, and then I really liked the show for some reason. It was, and I like their way. I really like their way. And there's this lady there that is she's a relative to arm dealings, and I think she's a mix with Russian, whatever it is. I think she has an amazing heart. Like, the people don't show her enough love in the series, and I really truly whatever. The point is, she's a sweetheart, and I really like that show. The other thing is that we forget is the Chinese have games like Dynasty Warriors. Dynasty Warriors is about the Chinese empires, and you will see a lot of famous figures like Cacao and Lu Bu, mythological figures and actual empires. And I grew up playing the Mushu games. I grew up playing Dynasty Warriors games, and it talks about a lot of their history. Also, the famous book, The Art of War, was also created by a Chinese, and that book has revolutionized this. Still to this day, military generals use that book to do their tactics. There's so much to learn in that book. But yeah, never forget things like Wing Chun and Taekwondo came from those regions of Asia. You know, so many great things. I could stay here all day and talk about how many amazing things, from the myths in the clouds, their mythological demons, and so many amazing things, so many great people that came from China, so many great movies, so many great foods. Never forget the food. But yeah, the whole Kung Fu monk, I could stay here all day and talk about the many things I love, and I will probably still not be able to remember them all, because there's so many things I love about Chinese history, the Chinese culture. That as a Puerto Rican, I really appreciate that I grew up having Chinese people. Wherever you are in the world, you have Chinese people near you. And crazy enough, the ones near my home, not only did they sell me food, but they speak Spanish. We all grew up with Chinese people near us that speak our language. They go that far. And I really came to terms that white people don't talk about the Chinese culture as much as the Japanese culture. And I made this video. It's a little passion project. I made this video paying homage and honor and saying thanks to the Chinese good luck. Now I thank you, and I do gotta say thank you to the Chinese dragon that has always been with me and blessed me. Thank you guys for watching, and if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like. Your support is greatly appreciated. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.